Poverty is a complex issue, and there's no single answer to solving it. But by understanding where these challenges lie, we can spark important conversations and find ways to move forward. In this video, embark on a journey to uncover the 25 states struggling with economic challenges. You would be surprised at some of the states on our list, so make sure to pay attention. Number 1. Mississippi. It's unfortunate that the average income of Mississippi residents is lower than that of residents in any other state. Mississippi is frequently ranked as the state with the highest rates of diabetes, obesity, and premature mortality, and one of the lowest for education. Only 22% of residents over the age of 25 have obtained a bachelor's degree, which is approximately 10 percentage points lower than the national average. Number 2. Louisiana. Louisiana has the unfortunate distinction of ranking last in the nation when it comes to the income gap between genders. Louisiana ranks among the top states with high levels of food insecurity and low education scores. The final statistic presents a challenge in stimulating job growth, as the state lacks a well-educated population to sustain it. Number 3. West Virginia. The closure of coal mines in the 1960s had a devastating impact on the job market in West Virginia, leading many residents to leave the state in search of better opportunities. The economy's recovery has been hindered by the ongoing decline in energy prices. Number 4. Tennessee. Job cuts in the public sector have been impacting the Tennessee economy. When government employment decreases by 1.4%, it has a significant impact on the job market, resulting in the loss of nearly 6,000 jobs. However, it is important to note that a significant number of children in Tennessee are currently experiencing poverty, with a considerable portion relying on food stamps. Additionally, statistics from Kids Count reveal that almost half of the pregnant women in Tennessee are not receiving the necessary prenatal care. Number 5. Arkansas. Arkansas has made significant progress in reducing poverty and improving its economic situation. In the 1940s, a significant portion of Arkies experienced poverty. It's great to see that there is some improvement in the economic situation here, albeit at a slow pace. Not everyone here grows up in poverty, that's for sure. It's worth mentioning that in Arkansas, smaller paychecks can go a long way compared to other states. However, it's still a challenging situation here. The Clintons hail from Arkansas and are far from financially destitute. Sam Walton has a significant amount of wealth as well. He hails from Arkansas and is the visionary behind the creation of Walmart. Number 6. New Mexico. New Mexico is situated on the southern region of America and is known for its stunning mountain ranges, vast landscapes, and being one of the least densely populated states. The state has been home to Native American communities for centuries, including various tribes. New Mexico State was once under the rule of the Spanish monarchy, as it was a part of Mexico during that time. New Mexico has the highest proportion of Hispanics compared to any other state. Number 7. Kentucky. Kentucky's bluegrass era, which includes Louisville, Lexington, and the suburbs of Cincinnati, is thriving. There are numerous major corporations that have chosen to establish their headquarters in this location. However, the remaining parts of Kentucky are facing significant financial challenges. Number 8. Alabama. Despite the closure of mines and furnaces over the years, there is a glimmer of hope for Alabama's steel and coal industries with the emergence of new projects. However, the long-term outlook still appears challenging. Experts highly recommend that you save enough money to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high-interest savings account. This will provide you with a safety net during difficult times. Despite the lack of an increase in the minimum wage beyond the federal rate, poverty rates are surpassing the national average, and the gap between the rich and the poor is steadily widening. Number 9. Oklahoma. In more broad terms, Oklahoma is ranked among the lowest in terms of both median incomes and overall poverty level, which represents a slight increase compared to recent years. Oklahoma ranks at the bottom of this list due to its relatively low unemployment rate. Fortunately, the state offers a variety of activities and pleasant weather to enjoy. There are certain areas in the state that are great to live in, but you just need to know where to search. Number 10. South Carolina. While South Carolina is known for its stunning coastline and popular destinations like Myrtle Beach, not everyone has the opportunity to experience these beautiful beaches. The state's eviction rates are among the highest in the country, similar to Virginia's, due to the combination of increasing housing prices and stagnant wages. Number 11. Alaska. Oil production played a crucial role in Alaska's economy, generating significant revenue. Unfortunately, due to the decrease in oil prices and production, state revenue has significantly decreased. The impact on public services and the strain on the budget have been significant. Living in Alaska can be quite expensive, especially when it comes to necessities such as food and transportation. One contributing factor is the remote locations and the difficulties associated with transporting goods into the state. Number 12. Montana. Once known as the Treasure State due to its abundant reserves of precious minerals, Montana's fortunes have changed over time. Unfortunately, even coal production has declined in recent years. Montana's captivating landscapes come with a downside, particularly during the unforgiving winters that test its residents. The state is known for its cold temperatures and heavy snowfall, especially in areas close to the Rocky Mountains. During the extended cold season, there can be various challenges to deal with, such as navigating icy roads and the risk of property damage due to heavy snow loads. Number 13. Missouri. Missouri's economy has been impacted by a long-standing issue that has affected the Rust Belt for many years: the decline of industries and the reduced domestic demand. Missouri's public transportation system is not as extensive as that of other states, especially in rural areas. In smaller towns like Stay, Genevieve, and rural areas, public transportation options are often limited or non-existent, unlike in larger cities with bus and light rail systems. Number 14. Indiana. Indiana is known for its affordability, but unfortunately, residents are facing the challenge of stagnant wages. This has led many to consider relocating in order to prioritize building wealth rather than just meeting basic needs. The absence of an effective public transportation system can lead to more traffic congestion, lengthier commute times, and restricted access to different parts of the state, especially in rural areas. Number 15. Ohio. Ohio was once a major player in the industrial sector during the 1900s. However, it has since shifted gears and now boasts a service-based economy. However, cities like Youngstown and Dayton, which have a rich manufacturing history, have faced significant challenges in adapting to new economic realities. Unfortunately, they have experienced job losses, population decline, and an increase in crime rates. Ohio has developed a negative reputation for various reasons. Number 16. Maine. Maine is a top producer of pulp paper globally, thanks to its plentiful and resilient forests. However, the demand for paper is declining due to the digital revolution and increasing competition from overseas. Maine's largest industry is currently tourism, but the economy took a significant hit due to COVID-19. The population of Maine tends to be on the older side, partly due to its popularity as a retirement destination and partly because the state has faced challenges in attracting younger residents or retaining its own young population. Number 17. Michigan. Michigan's median household income is below the national average, suggesting that a considerable portion of the population has lower incomes. Michigan has a rich manufacturing history, but certain regions are facing challenges due to job losses in these sectors. In addition, it's worth noting that certain rural areas may have a limited number of job opportunities available. Living expenses in certain regions of Michigan, especially metropolitan areas such as Detroit, can be quite steep, placing a burden on families with lower and middle incomes. Number 18. South Dakota. South Dakota has always been predominantly an agricultural state, with agriculture and related businesses forming the majority of our GDP. As a result, our population is significantly smaller compared to other states. It's worth noting that South Dakota is among the 9 states that do not have an income tax. The text highlights the significant difference between the wage tax and the average tax payments. South Dakota has a lower tax burden compared to the national average, excluding federal, state, and local taxes, such as property taxes or sales taxes. Number 19. Arizona. Between 2015 and 2018, Arizona made significant progress in reducing poverty, emerging as a leader in the United States. Arizona's senior population boasts a higher number of bachelor's degrees compared to the national average for their age group. However, the younger generation in Arizona falls behind in terms of educational attainment. Arizona's position on Wallet Hub's list of states with the best and worst school systems is not favorable. The state is plagued by high dropout rates, low standardized test scores, and a shortage of teachers to fill open positions. Number 20. Georgia. It is worth noting that Georgia has a relatively high Gini coefficient, indicating that there is a concentration of wealth among a more affluent segment of the population. This can give the impression of poverty being prevalent, even though the average income is decent. While Metro Atlanta continues to flourish, economic opportunities can be limited in rural areas. This can result in areas of poverty where people have limited access to employment opportunities and essential resources. It can be challenging for individuals with low wages to meet their basic needs in areas with a rising cost of living, as Georgia's minimum wage aligns with the federal minimum. Number 21. Nevada. Countless individuals have entered a glamorous Las Vegas casino with the hope of changing their fortunes, only to leave with even less than they had before. The homelessness crisis in southern Nevada is a pressing issue, with a significant number of individuals, approximately 6,500, currently experiencing homelessness. It is disheartening to note that a considerable portion of this population is also grappling with addiction. Nevada has a significant workforce in the leisure and hospitality industry, which surpasses the number of individuals employed in health and education. However, the compensation in this sector is generally not very high. This has unfortunately worsened the prospects for these industries, reaching near historic lows. Number 22. Iowa. Iowa's economy relies heavily on agriculture, which is a significant driving force for the state. This industry offers stability, but the unpredictable nature of crop prices and weather patterns can cause economic challenges for farmers and the communities that rely on them. Although Iowa's manufacturing sector is expanding, certain rural areas face limited employment opportunities beyond agriculture. Higher poverty rates can be a consequence in those locations. States with a wider range of job opportunities, particularly in high-tech sectors, may attract young, educated Iowans who are seeking new opportunities. This has the potential to impact the state's tax base and long-term economic growth. Number 23. Oregon. Oregon's economic landscape is quite intricate. Although it encounters certain difficulties, it also possesses notable advantages. Oregon's Gini coefficient indicates that wealth is concentrated among a smaller portion of the population. This can give the impression of poverty, even though the average income is decent. Living costs such as housing, healthcare, and other necessities can be quite high, particularly in urban areas. This can put a lot of pressure on families with lower and middle-class incomes. Number 24. Idaho. Idaho's economic situation, like that of many states, has both positive aspects and areas for improvement. Idaho's median household income is lower than the national average. A considerable number of people have a lower income level. Although Idaho's economy is experiencing growth, certain regions, especially rural areas, face limited job opportunities. Higher poverty rates can be a consequence in those locations. Idaho is home to industries such as tourism and agriculture, which rely on seasonal workforces. The cost of living in Idaho, particularly housing, has been on the rise, although it remains lower compared to coastal states. Number 25. Texas. Although the economy in Texas is thriving, there is a noticeable concentration of wealth among a smaller segment of the population, as indicated by the high Gini coefficient. This can give the impression of poverty being prevalent, even though the average income is decent. While major cities like Houston and Austin flourish, economic opportunities can be limited in rural areas. This can result in the emergence of areas with high poverty rates within the state. Housing prices in major Texas cities have experienced a significant increase, impacting the overall cost of living. It can be challenging for low and middle-income families to afford basic necessities, which can put a strain on them. Access to affordable healthcare, childcare, and other social services can differ throughout Texas. And there you have it, folks. Remember, poverty is a complex issue, and every state has its own story. Mind you, these states all have their own strengths and potential for growth. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more educative contents, and hit the notification bell.